You know who this bros with mics.
Bros
What up? What up?
with
What up? What up?
mics.
What up? What up? What up?
What up, man? It's been
Get it.
a while this weekend.
Hey,
Huh?
you know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, but we back. I'm Cody.
I'm Tom.
We got a special guest today. You want to introduce yourself?
And his mic from the nosebleed was good.
What's
Yeah,
happening? What's happening? What's
We've
happening?
seen Mike. We've seen Mike. We know what's up with Mike. Welcome back again, brother.
Thank you,
Welcome
thank
back,
you.
Mike. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Well, to get the show started off today, I do have some laundry to expose, which is
Ooh.
so. It's a lot of laundry, but I'm gonna stick to this one topic because this is just one that irks me, or it makes me happy, but it's a team that irks me, right? And I really had no reason before to honestly dislike this team until 2022. So, and the team that I'm talking about is A&M getting rid of Jimbo Fisher, right?
I mean, you know how I felt about them too.
I'm
with you.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of A&M. Never have been. Always dislike A&M, kind of like Texas, really. So my thing is, you bring in Jimbo Fisher. They bring in Fisher from Florida State. He does nothing. They give him a plaque on his introduction day, right? That has National Championship 20 to be continued, right?
Yeah.
So after that, you bring him in to what? Spend $100 million on one coach?
Millions and millions, bro.
So this is my thing. You bring in Jimbo Fisher, bro. He has been mediocre at best, right? Yeah. Mediocre at best.
That's being generous.
Being generous, honestly, it really is. So now you pay him $76 million for the rest of his contract.
You know how much money that is?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. They have to give him $19 million within 60 days. Then after that, he's making $7.5 million a year until 2031. Bro, you are literally going outside, smoking a cigar in the morning with a cup of coffee, watching the birds flap, making
doing nothing, get rich,
making about $20,000 a day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he walks out, takes a piss on his back porch, like, damn, I'm making money right now,
bro.
Like, I'm doing nothing and making money, bro. He come out, he feed his dog, and like, yeah, you know what? We'll make that back. He drops some money on the ground. I'll make that back in a couple seconds, and just goes by his fucking day.
Goes about his day.
My pitch in all of it, and it's this. I think I kind of get the same irk you got, and it's not on Texas. It's on Texas A&M. All the hype we had to hear after last year, after winning those few games that they did win. I'll give them that. They had a few big wins. After hearing that and having to hear them constantly, Texas A&M is there. Is this their year? All the recruits that they paid for, that all of a sudden, I don't know if y'all are checking it, but I've been seeing drift of it. Half of them is like, I don't know if I want to stay around here no more.
I mean, that's the thing. Once they got paid, they don't have to stay.
Yeah,
it's not a requirement to stay.
But that just shows how fraudulent of a mindset of a team that was because there was like, if we can just pay these guys to come here, Jimbo's got to do something with them. Yeah, he did something with Jameis Winston, but that was a different time and age of football. He did something with that team. He's got to be able to do something with all these 5-stars, and he flopped so bad.
What, he finished off with 45-25?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
My thing about it is, and I know BV does this, and I'm sure a lot of coaches does this. I know Deion Sanders does as well. But you bring in people that want to be there at the end of the day, not because I'm giving you money to come here. And when you have people that's committed and bought into your program and the history and everything that comes along with that program that you're going to, that makes them want to play better for them. You know what I mean? Tom, it's like you go to Alabama to play cornerback, you ain't gonna have the same passion that you do if you're playing for Tennessee.
Yeah, and that's just true. That drive, the love is not there. Yep.
Yeah, you'll still play as hard as you can, and you'll try to make it work. But the passion is what you're lacking when it comes to these recruits from A&M, and that's what I believe.
It's all about the money. Yeah. It's all about the moolah at that point in time. Point blank period.
Not to toot our own horn, but this is one of the things that every single one of the ones I listen to from Kirby talking about when it comes to recruiting and NIL and players leaving in the transfer portal. That is one thing Kirby has always said is, I will take that 3-star walk-on. I will take that walk-on that wants to play at Georgia, that literally lives and breathes University of Georgia, compared to an example, a really good example, Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton started at Georgia, was Like a Miko Hardman type.
I do want
Middle
to
of
say,
the
I don't know if
pack,
you guys
good
saw,
receiver. He would play on a lot of
we
teams.
We
I
lost
don't
Mike.
think I did.
No,
Did y'all
there
we
you
good.
go.
We good.
Oh,
We lost you for a
but
second.
I saw it stop for a second.
I
But like
thought you just emphasizing what he said.
Jermaine Burton did the same thing. He saw his spot was getting taken from Ladd McConkey, which I don't know if y'all agree with me, but Ladd McConkey compared to Jermaine Burton,
Lad's a dog. He's very
I'll
efficient.
take Ladd because Ladd has bought in. Ladd could care less about a paycheck. He wants to put rings on his finger, which so far he's got 2 of them things.
He's a system guy.
He's a system guy, and he just wants to be there because he loves it. And that's the thing we're losing in college football is because money has become a major factor. You're losing that I want to be here compared to I can afford to be here, but I could get a little bit more if I go there.
Yeah, me and Tom talked about this NIL kind of being the downfall of college football. I don't think it's. I know that they're coming out with a few more regulations and rules in the future, but I don't think it's gotten to that point where it's like the NFL yet. And I hear all these people.
It's
saying,
close though, man. It is close. I mean, I feel you start to lose the respect, the hierarchy within the sport. If you think about it, it was almost run like I've said before. It's almost run like the military. The way football was set up, you got your coaches. There's a hierarchy: head coach, assistant coach, position coach, players. Right? You listen to where it goes. If coach tell you shut up and go sit down on the bench, they do that now. Now go shut up and sit down. No, man, I'm starting. I'm making $8. You doing what? I'm making $8 million. I do what I want. You get attitudes. You're like, like this. I quit. Take your helmet out. You arguing. You walking off the field. It becomes like the NFL, just like we saw with AJ Brown, right? Got pissed off in the middle game. I'm leaving. Players are going to get that mentality. Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown. Players are going to start to get that mentality when they're getting paid, right? They're at that point to where you feel like you're a professional and you feel like you've made it at that point in time, as opposed to before you were getting paid legally. Everybody was getting paid a little bit on the side. Before it was legal to get paid, you still had to grind. It was more important to you to get to that next level. Yeah. Now people are like, I'm gonna stay in college, not to get better, not to pad my stats, but I'm gonna stay in college to make more money. And that's what we're hearing now from it. Caleb Williams, I can make more money here. Not I love my team. I can make more money here.
I mean, I don't think that they're quitting per se, because they do have a next level to get to. So I think, Antonio Brown, just for example, was just, a brain matter, honestly.
Yeah.
Loose cannon.
Yeah. So and he was like that for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a long time. And, it was just a matter of time before, the ticking bomb went off.
It blew up.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, as far as A&M's players, I remember Jimbo coming out with that statement saying, we ain't bought anybody, this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. That's very, very hard to believe. Yeah, A&M,
that's a lie.
Like, and A&M is a prestige program. It is. It's a good program. Facility check, field check, fan base check, historically check. Everything checks off. But the thing is about A&M is, I don't know, and I could be wrong, but I don't know a time that they have got half of those recruits in years before NIL. You know what I'm saying?
Before it was never a big, very, very few times you would hear A&M beat out Alabama, A&M beat out Georgia, A&M beat out USC, Ohio for so-and-so.
Here's the one thing. I feel like you were on the edge of saying it, Cody, and I just wanted you to jump off the top rope. What have they won?
Yeah.
Nothing.
What have they won? They haven't won
no SEC
anything.
Championships, no national championships. They're going off of the fact they're our Texas team, the top 2 out of the Texas teams, right? And that's what they were going off of. We're Texas. Yeah. We can get our people here. We can recruit here.
Cool. And Joe Klatt said something this both of you are hinting towards. It's kind of like A&M is bringing in money like they win 12 games a season.
Thank you. I'm trying to figure out where they got all this money from.
Which
they're losing it. It's gone now. It's going to be gone now because they have to pay out Jimbo for the rest of his life.
That ain't put a dent in their pockets. You really think about it in the grand scheme of things. Texas A&M
for the program.
For the program,
it's a dent.
Them boosters are definitely going to be like, okay, we'll help you out with that.
Yeah, that's depending on who they bring in.
Depending on who they bring in.
I think Bobby P is probably the best bet. He's already there.
What is he going to do better than what Jimbo did?
They brought him in for a reason, right? They foresaw this over the last season. They said if it goes the way it's going, they bought him in for a reason.
They brought him in for one specific reason, and that was to take the play call sheet out of Jimbo's hands because he was trying to do everything.
Exactly.
Yep.
And now look, give him the reins. He doesn't have to
Now
listen
they're
to
going to
Jimbo
give
no
him
more.
both, just like they gave Jimbo, and look where that got him. They got him two big wins out of the season. Pack it up, you're going to the Cheez-Its Bowl.
I mean, look at Sumlin. Same thing they did with him. Same thing they did with Jimbo. They're not giving these guys time.
Yeah.
So this is the coaching.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh,
no. I had something that's going to be long right here.
Oh, this is the coaching. Some of the coaching names. So Dan Campbell from the Lions. I don't see that happening at all.
Ain't no way Lane Kiffin ain't on that list. But go ahead.
Lane Kiffin is on here. Dan Lanning is on here.
He ain't going.
I don't see that at all.
Nope.
Yeah. Mike Norvell from Florida State.
That might be a good move.
Mike Elko, I think, from Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be decent.
That would be a better one. Yeah.
From Duke. Kellen, I don't know how to say his last name, but Washington's head coach. Also
Washington to A&M.
Washington. It's weird. A&M, better program in my eyes.
Yeah.
Washington done more in the recent years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it's
they've
weird.
been building. They've been building.
They've been building. And this is not, if they do make the playoffs, this won't be their first time in the playoffs, right? So and then Jed Fish from Arizona. So
who's on the rise. I would see him jumping ship due to the rearrangement and the amount of money he can make shifting right now. But I could see him making that.
And this is some throwaways that some people have been saying. BV, which I don't see at all, and Lincoln Riley, which I don't see at all.
Even though Lincoln Riley is a snake in the night. I don't see him lose. I don't see him losing.
Him and Lane Kiffin might be the two. If you talk enough money, they will come. But this position, I guarantee, is not going to be as high paying as it was. Whoever's coming out, his first offer is not going to be all that. He'll probably get a $20 million offer, $30 million offer, right? Keep it at that for X amount. Well, maybe a $20 million offer for 3 years. If you produce that too, we'll restructure your contract and maybe get you 70, 80
Talking
million.
about who now?
Whoever comes. The first person that comes, it's not going to be a high paying one. After losing Jimbo, they got a lot of money that just forked up. I might say $30 million contract.
So Chip Kelly is likely to be fired.
Yep.
Right. Iowa. Excuse me. Dang, I forgot. Somebody just fired their coordinator. I know.
Is it the son? Is it the son of the father-son duo that was in Iowa? I think
Iowa did fire their coordinator.
Yeah.
Their offensive coordinator. Somebody else fired their OC. I can't remember, so I'll get back to that. I'll find that out in a little bit. But I don't know. It's a weird thing in A&M just because A&M's not a bad team. Like I said, they came in. Honestly, if you think about it, they hadn't did anything since Johnny, right? Johnny football.
That is true.
If you think about it.
Other than a few games, you can't really think of anything.
Yeah, other than a game here and there. But
obsessed with Bama or stuff like that. But they haven't had lasting success.
No,
they're not able to close out games. They play very inconsistently. So same thing with Bama. They could have beaten Bama 2-3 times over the past 5 years, and then they get to the fourth quarter and just shit a brick. Then they lose the West. Once you lose to Bama, you lose the West. You're not going to the SEC championship. Everything else is good night, right? And that's how it's been for them. But what I was gonna say, have y'all seen the SEC Shorts Jimbo Fisher gets fired video? I don't know if y'all watch SEC Shorts, comical group of dudes who put it together.
You have the Shorts thing.
Let me see if we can get this one going right here. And I'll make sure to put the copyright stuff in the title, guys, so you don't copyright us. This is an SEC Shorts film that comes out on YouTube here. So let me get them up for you.
I cannot think of who the coordinator was that just got fired, bro. I was trying to.
Can you believe Scott Woodward pulled this off? Hiring Jimbo Fisher away from Florida State?
I can't believe FSU didn't try to keep
They're
him.
a bunch of smooth-brained, ignorant. Yep, sorry. The future of A&M football is brighter than ever.
Oh, look.
Whoa, a Baltar fortune teller machine. Hey, should we find out how many national championships we're going to get under Jimbo?
Yeah.
I am the all-knowing Baltar. Your future seasons in this crystal ball I see. A single question you may ask of me.
Baltar, how many national championships is Jimbo going to win for A&M?
Baltar, the all-knowing, says... Oh, it's you guys. It's a little awkward for Baltar, but you put the coin in, so Baltar is legally obligated to give you an answer. You guys just promise to be cool, okay? It's 0. Like, nada. Nothing. Zilcho. 0.
0? But he has to be better than Kevin Sumlin.
The weight of Baltar's knowledge would crush you.
Okay. So sure, maybe we don't win a national championship, but Jimbo no doubt has us lose a heartbreaker in the title game and finish a close second.
Nope.
Make the playoff?
Nada.
Win the conference?
Negative.
Win the division?
Nay.
Have a winning record against Ole Miss?
Baltar is sorry, but no.
So in 6 years we don't do any of that stuff?
Nope. And you all sound like future Tennessee fans. They thought they were going to be safe this week.
Oh, I gotta do some.
Serious? But he won a national championship with Florida State.
Yeah, it turns out Jameis Winston was carrying those teams a little bit more than we thought. What was in those crab legs? Whoa. And also, my man over here, just don't even with that plaque, okay?
Plaque? What plaque?
You know what plaque.
What is he talking about?
What's he talking about, Patrick? What's he talking about, Patrick? Jimbo Fisher, head football coach, filling the Dayton National Championship plaque.
I thought it would be a good motivation technique.
Has Twitter seen this?
This cannot be happening. Jimbo, a failure? We can't even win the West.
Don't forget Texas joining the SEC.
What?
Yeah.
But we have a handshake deal.
Buddy, it ain't on paper, so you got jacked.
Gonna be sick. Those fat cats in the SEC office are nothing but a bunch of yellow-bellied, no good. I'm sorry, it just kind of comes out. I don't really know.
Look, it's not all just going to be terrible for the next 6 years or anything. There's some great moments in there, too. Like the 7-overtime win against LSU. A walk-off field goal against Alabama. You rushed the field there. A 51-10 win over Mississippi State with a third-string quarterback.
Wow. Mississippi State must be awesome if they're in our Jimbo highlights.
Yeah, they're not. But there is a top 5 finish in the shortened pandemic season.
Pandemic?
Baldo's not touching that one, but get ready for Zoom happy hours.
You know what? Maybe Baltar's right. I mean, sure, it's not what we want to hear, but Texas A&M is the most unique and loyal fan base in the country. We'd show up to the stadium no matter who was coaching. The most important thing, though, we need to keep looking. We need to keep trying to find that coach that puts us over the top. And on that day, friends, we'll find that coach that brings us a national championship.
Yeah.
A whoop.
Thanks, Baltar. This hurts to hear, but I think we needed it.
One more thing! GameStop! Just trust me and start buying. 76 million people, fully guaranteed, non-offsetting.
What?
You might want to go ahead and start sucking up to Monty Davis and the rest of those boosters. You're going to need those checkbooks. No, and Peyton, maybe don't live stream Midnight Yell. The internet's just not going to get it.
Keep your heads up, Texas A&M.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all chill out. Sorry. So that was SEC chores, man. They get me every time. They're foolish. I don't know if I'm still scream sharing. I'm not. But no, man, you're right. Jimbo Fisher's in a shit spot with that team, and I sound crazy. There we go. Welcome back, Tom, because I sound like but no, Jimbo Fisher's he kind of got the shit end of the stick. I mean, they did okay. I don't think it's enough to go ahead and fire him now, especially not the amount of money you put into this man. I don't think it was wise to go ahead and pull the plug. I mean, but if you got it, spend on spend it. Yeah, spend on spend them, man. I just don't know who you expect to come in and have success, especially with the way the SEC is about to be restructured next year. It's going to be dog eat dog, and whoever comes in, they're about to be on a coaching carousel. I know they made the reference to Tennessee in there, but it's time for the coaching carousel there. So they better settle in with a couple of $15, $20 million contracts, something they could buy out pretty easy if the coach is bad in 2 years, right? And ready to push them on out the door because they're about to go through the carousel with the way the SEC is about to be restructured. Oklahoma and Texas coming in, that's just 2 more tough teams for the West that they're about to have to play consistently.
Which there's not going to be a West anymore. It's just going to be
best of the best type deal.
Yeah. Here's my question I do have. Who do y'all think out of the people that Cody named and there's people at the top of your head, who do you think would be best fit there?
A&M.
Yeah, I mean, long stretch, Lane. just the way his offensive prowess, and he has enough money to get who he wants. I think Lane Kiffin could do pretty good there, to be honest with you. So,
I don't think it would make sense for Lane to go there, but I'd probably say Duke's head coach. I think that would make the most sense.
Or Bobby P. He's already there. You already paying him, man. He's already on payroll.
Yeah, I would say it's either. I would say Duke's coach. If there was kind of one in the shadows that hasn't been named yet, just because I know that this happens almost every other year to us as Georgia. Glenn Schumann, our defensive coordinator. If not this year, probably next year, he will probably be leaving because it's the same thing that happened to Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning got his name known after that first go around. Second one, there's like, all right, this guy deserves to be elsewhere. He needs to be at a higher position. And him going to Oregon is great. I'm not mad at all. Do I miss him as a coach? Yeah, I love him as a defensive coordinator. Him as a head coach, he fits there. And I think Glenn Schumann, the D coordinator at Georgia, he fits it. But I would rather see Duke. With Duke, how they've completely transformed that that entire football program, I guess you can say, in the last year or two. Him going there would it's a big jump for him because he goes from a school that's not expected to do much. Now he's thrown into a program that they joined in what was it 2011, 2012 that they came to SEC? I think I just read it a second ago. Well, after 2010, you know how many times Texas A&M won an SEC championship? 0. Yeah. So you're putting a coach from Duke, which I'm not knocking Duke whatsoever, but there's a different temperature in the water when you go from ACC there to Texas A&M over here after the whole Platt, scenario, all of that jazz, and you tell him
2012, by the way.
2012. That's what I figured. You take him from that situation, you put him there, and you say, okay, now perform. It's a lot of heat for a brand new coach, but I feel like he'd be a good fit.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's enough Jimbo talk.